Hey, what's up? Sunday afternoon. By the way, if you don't know, I mean, you want to see more of my head? If you don't know, like I really don't practice these things like they do on TV. I just do it as I go. Isn't that the way we learn? If we just do it ourselves, give ourselves a little bit of time, not being in a rush, but you got to change it up a little bit. Anyways, I went out for a bite to eat last night. I was going to see this group. Something to do with a takeover of Black Sabbath. But anyways, we ate supper, and I don't know if I can call them friends, but the acquaintances I was with. Oh, don't worry about it. They don't watch my stuff. They hate it. I'm there sitting with a pen at the table and I'm writing. They go, Ron? Yes. I need your help with something. I said, well, don't call me, call MrTacpans's. So I have to ask MrTacpans's to show up. And then I have to make them aware MrTacpans's is here, and he makes me write it. Oh, what terrible company I had last night. Thank God for the internet. I'll just block them out and I won't let them get this video. They'll never see it. Anyways, we were at Clyde's last night and I wasn't too impressed. I'm not here to put down anything. Yes, there was something good, there was something I didn't like. My taste buds, if my taste buds are mixed up with MrTacpans's, my taste buds have no value here on earth. I don't taste anything. Isn't that what they said in The Matrix? Who was the main guy in The Matrix? Am I getting off the things? Yes. His name was Morpheus. Now just morphine, okay, a fiend, give me more, okay? Or how about orphelin? Make it sound French where we don't need the M. Well, it says that on the roulette board, okay, on the internet. When you look it up, you'll find one with a single zero that'll say that. And if you look through the numbers, you'll notice it means orphan. And of course they're all orphan numbers when everything begins. I mean, there's 99 numbers before there is 100. And before anything begins, those 99 numbers are all used. Agent 99 and Maxwell Smart, Agent 86, hooking up at 72, God of the heavens, and the beta heaven, I'm sorry. See, I'm all connected, 7, 2, 5, 8, 6, 9, 9. All the numbers always fit, if you know what to do with them. You see, that's the problem. The computers can actually do that perfectly. Putting words to numbers to words with new definitions. That's where it gets screwed up. It's got its own definitions. It doesn't have mine. How can it possibly do what I do? I recreate things because in all actuality, I feel I'm putting things back in time. How so? How am I putting things back in time? By taking the word world, shortening it up for war, but it's with an O. The other war is with an A. I now have a 3-letter word, okay, from a 5-letter word that was recreated and has as much strength as that 5-letter word did. And I actually kept the sound for the first 3 letters the same and end up with 2 words. Anyways, what I was going to get to, I was just thinking a little bit about all those people at supper. Yeah, sorry. So we went to Clyde's, we went over to the firm after, that's in Montreal. MrTacpans's liked the firm. It was very, very nice. There was a good mix of crowd. I don't like just that young and that old, but it was right up there. The girls were really cute. Oh, I was tired and I needed to write, so I had to come home. So those are things sometimes you have to put up with. Or I write right there in the bar. I just take out my pen and everybody's disco dancing and whatever song is on. And I'm there crying at the camera last night when they put on Africa, the Song of Africa. Oh my God, that was so fantastic. But it was so fantastic because how I feel about Africa. I don't know why. Maybe it means Africa, the world of Africa. And it just so happens we have the country Africa. So, forget it. World, country, Africa, Africa, repeat, so we connect the world and the country. Plus, not only that, what we see on TV, on the radio, something has to be done. We have to somehow, I don't know, I can probably figure out numbers pretty easily. Even if I didn't see all the figures, I wouldn't have to. I just have to see certain things and I can know right away. It's not that hard to figure out. Let me tell you, the average salary for a poor person on welfare is getting $600 a month. Believe you me, knock out all those welfare recipients. That's $600 a month. When a guy makes $1,800 a month, or 1,700 here in Quebec. He's giving 600 or 800 back to the government right away. He's like, that one person is already covering that one recipient for a whole month. So whoever's making $1,800 or more, you can pay for 4 welfare people a month. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard to figure out. You just have to connect the mathematical equations in order, besides the mathematics, but the mathematics of 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, plus and minus. So my thought here this afternoon, oh yes, so we went to the firm. We left there about 1 o'clock. Oh, the girls were nice. Did I say that already? Oh, they were good-looking guys too. Don't worry about that, girls. Don't worry about that. MrTacpans's sees it all. MrTacpans's has no sex. So if you hear any words in between, that's not him talking. Yeah, I wanted to. So we went there and we left at 1 o'clock, and I drove, and I don't really drink because I'm a smoker. Cigarettes. I didn't say weed. I just know if they show you the skull bones before death, that actually means these skull bones, okay, is to smoke a bone. Where's a dog without his bone? Dog backwards is God. Where's a dog without his bone? We're the dogs. Uranus and Earth and Saturn. Saturn is because man turns around, and Uranus is because it's number 7 planet for God. Uranus and Saturn. 6 is Saturn, and 6 is the number of man. So Saturn turns around with 3 rings, Alpha, Omega, and the correctional world in between, and we're run by Uranus. It's incredible. It's just incredible how Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus all fit together. They all fit together. Oh my God! It's so deep into my mind already. It's just like this story can't be wrong. It can never be wrong. I'm creating it, and it's just make-believe, a fairy tale. But in my heart and my mind, is who I am as a person. This is what I believe is the truth. That's all. Pretty simple. You can say whatever you want, because that would be your truth. I'd have to get out another pen and write everything you say, because you might say something outside the box that might connect to my puzzle. You see, everybody just with their mouth and mind, we can build a puzzle. We don't need any pieces. The corners bend. Okay. That's what I'm getting to. I have 7 minutes left. Okay. I was thinking about 7.7, 7.7, 777, 7777. Why 7777? You see, I just came up with the first 7 now. And there's probably a 5th 7. Okay? And all these 7s have to do with the same thing as to their factor, okay? God to his factor apparently is the one who created the religion, who created us, who created this universe, okay? Even though Einstein said it was a Big Bang, how can the two work? Well, it was a Big Bang, man. You go make a whole solar system. After that, you want to have a party, have a Big Bang, no? Holy crap. All those construction workers out there building for years, they don't even open the building yet, and they smash a bottle on the floor. They already broke something before anything started. They finished the mastery. Well, the earth is the same way. Does the earth have a brain? How does it work if it does? Well, obviously, there is some sort of system. The system is called, I don't know if you ever heard of this before, it's called the hit and the miss. Okay? Nature. Hit and miss. Hit and miss. But the difference with nature, hit and miss, when something misses, it doesn't die. It just moves on. Okay? And eventually, because nature needs what they call, very important, they need time. Okay? It's all a process. Well, let me tell you one thing. Everything needs time and everything's a process. Things take more time, things take less time. Less and more time. So I just said less and more. Now it sounds like I had a lesson, more of a lesson if I read it backwards. You see how easy it is? So I would have to call it the nature, the elements, God. I mean, there's 5-7 on those wheels that the machines from Quebec there that have all the 7s. There's 5-7, sometimes 6, sometimes 7s. They all got to have a meaning. And they're all not in the same area. One is in the 1 position, the 10 position, 100 position, 1,000 position, 10,000 position, 100,000 position, and 100,000 million position. They're all in different positions. And then again, depending on the separation, there could be equality to each one in its own. Okay? So I was thinking that imagine if the universe was like mercury. Okay? The movement of the liquid of mercury, okay, has a brain inside of it. Okay? Almost like when you watch Terminator and that guy who had that liquid mercury body and it just kept transforming. Each piece knew where to go, where to regrow. So there must be something like that in our planetary system. Even if there isn't, somebody comes up to me and says, yeah, it's an old thing. You go, no, it's not an old thing. In fact, it's a brand new thing. I came up with it. I have a processor. A processor is my heart. It wants to learn more. So whatever you tell me now that already existed, only existed in your world, but it never existed in mine. How can I create what I have no idea I'm connected to and trying to create? That's where spirit comes in. Spirit has the connection. It's crazy what it does. It's like that molten of mercury, okay, that I told you, that has a brain cell inside of it, and it just reforms all the time, and it's one big brain no matter how much it moves around. Okay, and you know it can handle certain temperatures before, right? When it says minus 40, did mercury freeze yet? So you have to check out all these numbers, just what mercury is all about, and it's also one of the elements. It's so funny, one of the elements, it's the first planet at the same time. Okay? Another comparison in time is God can speed up the elements of time. I have to write that. God can speed up elements of time. And we call that reaction chemicals. We mix different chemicals. The earth already knows what chemicals they are, but by the time the chemical comes over and it starts to create, okay, he has to wait for it. Well, before God thought of it, he had to wait for it also. So you see it's the same, but it's not the same, because what they're creating, when God goes out and puts that certain chemical of fertilizer, everything shoots up. We got a plant out of the ground. God set the fertilizer in there to shoot up. But you forgot about one thing, there's only so much you can put in your mouth. You can shoot up like a string bean and be 7 foot tall. You'd have no brains. Well, 7 feet tall people have brains. They got a little weight added. But have you noticed the people that are really thin, 7 foot tall, they have a hard time. It's not their fault. They try, it just looks a little different, and they look like that too. Hey, string bean, 7'7". Watch out, 7'7". Oh my God, we could be talking about the Almighty God here, the Godfather of it all. The other thing is the Earth system, right? It doesn't have that time, but it never dies. It always turns into something when it hits and misses. But when God hits and misses, that's gone. Whatever what it was is gone. It's going to be remixed up and has to be redone somewhere else. It's on the floor. It's swept up and thrown out. By the time that piece comes back, it'll never happen again. Unless you have other ones exactly like it, because it was one part of the particle of the DNA. The 7 sevens of God. Can I tell you something? There are so many numbers. No, they're not. Yes, there are. No, they're not. So many combinations. There's only 10 numbers. Do you want to call 0 a number? Do you want to knock out Pluto? What, do you think Pluto's no good? If Pluto's no good, okay, the sun is now a planet. It's a sun planet. They call Mercury its planet, Neptune a water planet. They call it Earth as the big blue sea. The sun is a planet. It's the planet of the sun. That's why everybody loves the sun, because it's in the middle. And everybody likes to play what's in the middle. Even Zeitgeist, when it made a design, they put something in the middle and it said that's the most important. Well, the sun's in the middle, so Zeitgeist must think the sun is most important. Or unless they're thinking only in that area. Hey, this is MrTacpans's. It is Sunday. Have a nice day today. I really appreciate it. Take care now. 7286.